What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you don't miss any of the awesome content that we have coming out. And with this video, we are jumping into Shadow War Alpha, issue number 1. This story is going to be following the events right after Robin. The last issue, we saw Ra's al Ghul, Talia al Ghul, and Damian Wayne all coming together, with Talia al Ghul truly trying to be a mother to her son. We learn a terrible truth, that Ra's al Ghul, he is dying. The Lazarus pits, they are cursed, no longer granting him immortality. We are seeing a shift in how Ra's al Ghul views the world. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with the Robin line, which if you haven't been, you definitely need to do so, be sure to check out the links in my description as well at the top of this video. It'll get you completely caught up on everything that has been going on with Robin ever since the Infinite Frontier began. Be sure to buy the comic, support the industry, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this alpha issue, we are picking up with Ra's al Ghul looking at himself in the mirror. A man who has stood toe to toe with the Justice League. A man who has lived thousands of years. He is becoming an old man. He is beginning to cough, having blood come up. He knows that his time is limited. Hearing some screaming out in the courtyard, he runs, grabs a sword, goes to see what the commotion is, who might be attacking. But all this is a little fun between mother and son, with Damian and Talia al Ghul sitting outside having a sparring match. As he watches the two of them go at it, he can't help but feel a little bit sentimental. This is his legacy. This is what he lives for. Those two individuals right there. And now with death on his doorstep, he feels that more than ever. And as this sickness continues to degrade his health, he knows that it is time. Taking us to Gotham City, we have Batman doing his usual Batman thing, kicking the butt of a guy who is trying to kidnap felons and use them for manual labor, making quick work of this guy, throwing a chain around him. This is when Oracle chimes in, patching the newsfeed directly to his cowl. This is where he finds out that Ra's al Ghul and Talia al Ghul are going to be turning themselves in, with Ra's al Ghul having just a couple of stipulations, one of them being he wants to make a public statement. And as the whole world watches this, as Batman examines this, nobody is thinking that Ra's al Ghul and Talia al Ghul are gonna tell us anything more than just some kind of evil plot, some kind of ruse, some kind of misdirect for us. This guy is like a freaking supervillain, not like, he is a supervillain. The world wants to know, what angle is this? And so with the media in a frenzy over this information, we pick up with Damian Wayne eavesdropping on his mother and grandfather. And right now, Talia, she is livid because she doesn't want to turn herself in. She thinks that this is a very stupid idea and she's trying to understand why he would do this. But he believes that this is for the best, that it is for their family. Because the truth is, they have tried to change the world through violence countless times. With his new perspective on life, he is believing it is time to try something else. Believing that they owe that much to Damian. And while he hasn't earned it, he is asking that his daughter will just trust him on this. And so picking up the day he is supposed to be giving a public speech, Batman is keeping eyes on everything. If Ra's al Ghul or Talia al Ghul try anything, he's gonna jump. Perched up on this rooftop, this is where he runs into Damian. He hadn't seen him since the death of Alfred, with Damian Wayne really more or less not blaming him, but holding him kind of accountable for it. He had to get away. He had gone to his mother, but she turned him away, and that's what led him to the tournament to begin with. All of this transpiring in the Robin series. And one of the very few times we have Batman speechless, because he really doesn't know what to say here. And while he contemplates saying something sentimental, something from the heart, what he asks is, what is Talia al Ghul and your grandfather doing here? Letting him know that they believe in doing the right thing, and that once they are safe, they can swap tails. But for the time being, he is telling Batman to stay on mission. Director Chase of the DEO, allowing him to have this public statement saying that everybody is on standby if he tries something, he goes up to the podium, letting the world know that many know him as the Demon's Head, revealing to them that he has lived for thousands of years. He has seen everything that this world has to offer, both good and bad. But right now, this world is hurting. For the few last 100 years, he has been blaming humankind for that, even believing taking out the population was the answer. But with his newfound perspective, he has found the value in people. He wants to see a better future. Believing that he was the only one that could save the world, he has learned how wrong he was. Keeping the Lazarus Pit secret for all of this time, he is ready to give them to the world, to gift the science of the Lazarus Pits to everybody. And as he is about to share with everyone what will actually save their future, we hear a bang. Ra's al Ghul's head goes back, blood comes pouring out, because he just got assassinated. The one who pulled the trigger is Deathstroke. Without hesitation, Batman moves in. Damian, witnessing his grandfather being taken out, he is in absolute awe. He is in absolute shock. As the bullets continue to rain down, the crowd disperses. Talia al Ghul gets hit in the arm. She gets hit multiple times. That is until Batman catches up with Deathstroke, trying to take him on one-on-one. Deathstroke has contingencies. Using a detonator, we see vehicles blowing up all around the crowd. With one detonator left, he lets Batman know that you can go save Ra's al Ghul's body because he has a bomb directly next to him, or you can take me down. The choice is yours. With the grenade ticking next to Ra's al Ghul's head, we see Damian rushing in, trying to get there in time to save his grandfather. The bomb detonates. Batman comes swooping in at just the last second to save Damian. Witnessing his grandfather turn to ash, he punches at Batman. He blames him for everything, saying that he could have saved him, that you could have let me save him. Batman always finds another option, and this time you didn't. But for Batman, this was no choice. It was save Ra's al Ghul or save Damian Wayne. And every single time, Batman will always pick his son. With Batman wanting him to come home, Damian doesn't see that anymore. He wanted to tell him everything that has happened, about all of his adventures, about all of the people that he has met. But now he is feeling like he has lost two grandfathers because of Batman, because of the choices that he has made. And while this isn't necessarily fair, Batman tells him that if he had been there when Alfred died, he could have saved him. Damian was the one there. And this cuts him right to his core. Walking away from the Bat, he lets him know that he is going to hunt down Deathstroke, and he plans to bring him in, dead or alive. Taking us to Nepal, Talia al Ghul is brought in on helicopter. As they prepare to drop her into the Lazarus Pit, she tells them no. To get the best doctors, heal her up, and tell all of the shadows it is time to come home. With Talia al Ghul calling in every single favor, calling in the cavalry. Everybody she knows has shown up because she is ready to go to war. But they're not going just for Deathstroke. They're going for his family. Anyone who has ever worked with him, anyone who tries to protect him. Talia wants to kill all of them. Taking us to Deathstroke Inc. We are picking up with Prometheus and Deadline, with them just learning the news that Deathstroke assassinated Ra's al Ghul, not understanding why he did this, why he brought this attention to them. This is where we see Deathstroke and Respawn. Now, I believe up to this point, it wasn't really known who Respawn was. I believe throughout the entire course of the Robin series, it remained anonymous. But what we are seeing here is that it is in fact Deathstroke's son. While many of us assume this is a confirmation, as Deathstroke begins to threaten everybody for questioning his movements. He is letting them know that this was not him. He has been here all day training with Respawn. So whoever it was that assassinated Ra's al Ghul, it was not Deathstroke. Letting everyone know that they need to prepare and be ready for the attack, that it is inevitable. In that same moment, the wall explodes and the demon shadow descends upon them. And that will be the end of this issue. The story will continue in Batman issue number 122. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You know, I've been a big fan of the Robin series as a whole. The ongoing comic has been really amazing, and this is only adding on to it. We can only imagine how truly difficult this is for Damian, because in the last issue of Robin, what we saw is him finally coming to peace with the fact that Alfred had died, having the opportunity to bring him back with some of the Lazarus resin. He chose not to do so. And with that decision, this was the closure that he needed, finally beginning on the road to healing. A matter of days later, he loses Ra's al Ghul, still having a broken relationship with his father, and it has only gotten worse after these events. This is what begins the Shadow War. The League of Shadows, a mixture of now the League of Lazarus, the League of Assassins, and the League of Shadows all combined under one flag. And with the Demon Shadow making the first strike, this is gonna be one interesting event. Let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to support the channel, you can always donate by hitting the Super Thanks button. This button will let you donate directly to the channel, and every little bit helps us out. If you can't do that, do me a favor and like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and until the next breakdown.